I eat the basket before I eat the yolk. I'm not very good at making a lot of food. I feel like now it's time for afternoon cartoons or something. I feel so accomplished. Welcome to another episode of the show where we play the game What's in My Fridge and What Can I Cook With It? It is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which is a very awkward time to cook and make things. What you gonna do? So let's just dive into my fridge and see what I have going on there. Pesto, chicken broth, cherry tomatoes, preserved lemon, hard-boiled eggs, radishes, broccoli, eggs, and we have some other greens that are literally exploding out. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, sourdough brioche. You know those days where you just need a snack? I know that around 7, I'm going to have to eat with people. What do I want? I kind of, I saw those eggs, I saw bread, maybe like a little egg in a basket. Done, great, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna do an egg in a basket. Some people call it a toad in a hole, or some people call it egg in a hole. I don't know. To me, it's an egg and it looks like a basket, so it's an egg in a basket. And that seemed a little bit on the boring side, and I wanted something with a little bit of freshness. So I just got out some tomatoes that I may cut up on top, I may do something else with. I got out this preserved lemon, which I now have realized I'm not gonna use. And I got some eggs. First thing I like to do when I am adding eggs to things or I'm cracking eggs into something where I don't want shell is I crack it into a bowl first. And that way, when I'm cracking it, if there's any shell, I can just get it out. One of the foods I screw up the most is an egg in a basket. As a kid, I would always screw it up. As an adult, I always screw it up. The one thing that always works out well for me is I am good at making the second one. So what I do is I make one, it's not really as good, I learn from it, and I make another one. Not a single shell. I just want to soften up a couple tablespoons of butter. 10 or 15 seconds will be fine. I forgot all about it, so I melted a bunch of it. Dear Wesley, you don't know how to melt butter. Love, your fans. By fans, I mean mother. And voila, we have the whole and we have the rest of the bread. The basket is what that would be called. That's the basket, part of the egg in a basket. So I'm just gonna place it in here so I can tell the pan is getting very, very warm. There we go, and lid on top. Wait for it to sizzle. I'm also going to flip it. This is the part I normally screw up. I don't want the white so runny that when I flip it, it bursts the yolk and the white runs out even further. I want it just cooked enough that when I flip it, it won't go anywhere. It's not quite ready to flip yet, but I am gonna turn down the heat and cover it up again. With confidence and with determination, we go over. And that's already really pretty. And look at that toast. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. All right, I might not have totally screwed this one up. I'm gonna just poke a little bit. I can feel that it's still runny, which is what I want. So I'm just gonna plate it up now. Let's see which side is prettier. Whoop. That's kind of nice. Look at that. So that was super fast, which I love. Let's not forget the salt and pepper. Let's get some of the pretty ones. I've cut up and just mixed these tomatoes around. They're super liquidy because they're very ripe and delicious. Some of the tomatoes just on top. And let's put this piece of bread like this. Let's see if it's still a little bit runny or if it's cooked all the way through. Ooh, it is just creeping out enough. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna call this a win. This is amazing. This is great. I always screw it up, but this is fantastic. Perfect afternoon snack. It's got fat, it's got crunch, it's got salt, it's got creaminess. Let's talk brass tacks here. This is a B+ version of this dish. It is not an A version of this dish. I'm not at a restaurant, I'm cooking for myself. It's really satisfying and it's delicious. So I'm gonna eat it and I'm really enjoying it. And also, it is so much better than the way I normally do it. So this was a super fast episode because I was hungry for a snack. It doesn't have to be a 7-part sandwich. It doesn't have to be nachos with 50,000 ingredients. That's me with an empty plate. If you liked this episode or you learned anything, or if you want to give me crap about what I call this dish and how what you call it is better, feel free to leave a comment or text me, DM me, do one of those things. But just know, whatever you call it, it was really, really good.